Good morning. Good morning. It's Tuesday. Happy sunrise. At least the sun is risen here. I don't know where you are today. I don't know if the sun is shining where you are, but I hope that it is. The tea is so good, but I'm drinking it so fast because it's so good. It's so hot right now. Hello, love. Good morning. How are you? Did you enjoy your meditation this morning? Did you enjoy getting your Meta Zen. Good morning, Byron. How are you? Did you enjoy your meditation this morning? Did you enjoy getting your Meta Zen? Heart to heart is the next one to share it out to. There we are. Doop, doop. All right, give me a second, guys. I'm just sharing out on TikTok, and that always takes a moment. Hello, the beautifully chaotic witch. There we are. Somehow I think I messed up, but oh well. Oh well, we've shared it. If it's meant to be shared to you, it's meant to be shared to you. Hi Sherry, how are you, love? We'll go there. Sure. Some people probably got it twice. Hello Kita, how are you? Grand Rising Metal Chick. My lovely Aquarius sister. I absolutely adore you. Hi Doris. Hi Dark Till Dawn. Look at everybody showing up like right away. This is powerful. Twice the nudges then. Right. How are you doing? How are you doing? I love it. I love it. Hi Rose. How are you? Mm. Mm. I'm just not in a hurry to put the tea down because once I put the tea down, it's going to start getting colder and colder and colder. And right now it's the perfect heat, perfect heat. Um, yeah, the 14th. It's amazing, amazing. It's going to be so exciting. Are the kids excited? I mean, I'm sure that there's a mix up. There's a mix between the two. Yeah, we got until noon for cards anyway, so we got lots of time. We got lots of time for cards. There's always enough time. Perfectly enough time, right? Mm. Mm. I love it. I love it. I love it. Um, Maggie. Maggie May came to mind again. Maggie came to mind, and now Maggie May. And I know that that means something to somebody else who's also here today, having that come up, but I love it. I love it. And I do appreciate all the likes and the shares. Everything, all the likes on TikTok, they actually matter. That's how you move up the ranks in the For You page, right? Is through. Mm-hmm. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. There's been a lot of that lately where people have been stepping into their hi Tammy, have been stepping into. Aw, that's cool. That's really, really cool. I love the song Maggie May, and it's not necessarily one of Rod Stewart's more popular songs, but I love it. And when it comes to mind, I immediately think of Metal Chick, and usually think that when it comes up in conversation and she's around, I think about her mom just popping in to be like, hey, hey, hi, Sanea. It has been. It has been. But you're going to be able to get on today, and I'll make sure that I send the link to you again. Good morning. Good morning. I'm happy to see you guys. What lovely energy you guys are bringing today. Right? She's like, all I get is I got something to say to you. That's what I'm hearing is I've got something to say to you. Wake up, Maggie. Wake up, Maggie. I got something to say to you. I'm just giving that to you, metal chick. Little private message. Alrighty, let's get some cards going. I have a variety of cards around me. We're going to do, at first, we're going to do the collective reading, because that way there, depending on the format that we choose today, you may not get your card chosen. Plus, you never know where there's a general or a collective message that is the message that is there. She's just really wants me to reaffirm that, like before I go on into the conversation too far and into doing the collective reading. It's forgiveness of self. You need to forgive yourself. hmm just wanted to make sure that that was said before I moved on. So I have a bunch of different. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do the best that we can, Tammy. I will send you I've sent you the links. I've sent you the links. So hopefully to the Zoom meeting at noon for grade 1. So for those of you that are on here that aren't aware of what we're talking about, I have created the School of Light. I think many of us that interact here recognize that things are changing, things are shifting, right? And if you're not dealing with your shadow energies, everything, and they're all around, and I'm happy that you saw the orb. That's beautiful. So when we need to be processing our shadows, we need to be doing that, because in the times that are coming, those shadow energies that aren't dealt with, they're going to come up even more and more and more, and you just want to deal with that, so then it's not, this stuff doesn't affect you, right? It's so anyway, I created a school, so it's the journey from shadow to light is grade 1, and that's where we're processing trauma and working through our shadow. Grade 2 is the journey to awareness, and this is where we start to lift the veil. We start to get more in connection with our true selves and true health, and also moving from the concept of me to we. And then grade 3 is the journey to illumination, and this is where we really step into our power as the light beings that we are. And you graduate through the school to become a guardian of light, where you can continue to work within the school if you want. You can continue on as just a mentor within the school space. Or if it's appropriate, then you could sign on to be a tutor, where you would offer your services to the students of the school. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing that we're creating, because it's not just me, right? It's a collective creation. Look at that, limitless possibilities, stars in the skies, right? The universe, or the source of all creation, loves to communicate in some really incredible ways. I'm talking about the guardians of light, right? And I'm talking about the school, and we get stars in the sky and limitless possibilities. That's pretty powerful. And we also got connectivity, okay, the jeweled web. And we talk about things like this, right? The divine matrix, and the way that we are all connected through this web of connectivity of energy. Like the energy that is in me is also outside of me, and I can connect to that network of energy. I can connect to my dog through that. I can connect to the cards through that. I can connect to the plants through that. I can connect to the weather. So it's that everything is connected through that web. This is really cool information that we're getting for the collective today from the shamans. So what other information do our ancestors or do the shamans have that the public, or that the collective, needs to be aware of? Hi, Faye. Interesting. I'm just chuckling at that, Faye, because I don't know how old you are, but my grandson who's six wrote me a book all about that. All about that. So you are like behind in the times. I've already been updated on all I need to know about that. Divine Rising Love, and hi Edie, how are you? Hi Roberto. Okay, so we won't worry about that. We don't need to be worrying about that. Not at all. I was told to change some cards. Hi, Lucas. How are you? Okay, so what is the energy that the collective is experiencing right now? What is it that we need to be aware of, guys? What is the message that we really need for the collective to receive on this beautiful January day? I like to operate in the concept of, well, we apparently split the deck and flipped over a whole bunch of them. The Grand Symphony being the top card. Um, and it is important to note when we're talking about the Grand Symphony is that we're looking at the concept of everybody has a part and no part is less than. It's kind of like the concept of miracles, right? No miracle is any bigger or any less or more than another miracle. It's miracles are all miracles. So if you're in yourself a miracle, which you are a miracle. How many people it took for you to be born today in this genetic line, or when you think about all of the things within life and how they have to coincide for you to be here, and how many times, I mean, I know personally I walked a thin line between life and death. You're important, your message is necessary, and sometimes people get caught up in, well, what's my purpose and what am I supposed to do? And in this time we might even be looking at it, oh, I have to have this big mission and I'm going to be this massive, I need to be like, where's my massive role within this new earth that's being created? Like, whereas, and you don't even know that what your role might be is to activate the person that's meant to do the big front end work, right? And that's maybe not what you're meant to do. Hi, Healing Wave, how are you? Right? That might not be what your role is. Your role might be to be the mom to the children who are going to birth the new earth, right? Your role could be organizing things so that the person that's doing the tasks has more energy to give to whatever their mission is, because they're not inundated with all of this noise in the background, right? It's like I talk about having all these tabs open and closing those tabs. All right, what else is the energy that the collective is getting? So just remember, you're important. You're just as important as the next person, but everybody has some, value, and it's in integral. That's not the word I'm looking for. It's unique to them. Unique to them. That's your essence, right? Okay. Do you have some more energy coming out for us? Can we get some more information on that? Remembering that, oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. Remembering, hi, Granny. Remembering that you play a significant role within things. The music that the unique frequency that you have, the music that you play in your unique frequency is magical, magnetic, attracting energy. We've got the storyteller. The storyteller, I love this card because it's reminding us that we it's the stories that you tell yourself, right? We're manifesting all the time. I've talked about this on numerous things. It's just whether you're conscious of what you're manifesting or not. So are you consciously aware of the words that you're choosing to use about you, about your life, about other people? Are you aware that your subconscious knows nothing but self? So everything that you say, your subconscious internalizes as self. So even if you're criticizing somebody else in society, or you're judging, or you're talking negatively about other people, your subconscious internalizes that as you're speaking to self. And that's that inherent way that we are all connected. Every one of us is connected. So the storyteller is asking us, be careful what the stories are that you're telling, right? If you're telling a story of doom and gloom, right? And we know there's stuff going on around the world, but we don't put our attention on it. The wars don't get fought by fighting more wars. That just perpetuates the system. That just keeps that going in that same energy. The only way that you fight a war is with peace. So peace isn't about coming at it head on and fighting with, fighting against it. It's what do we want to see and how can we apply our focus and remove our focus from those things that distract us from self, that distract us from our innate capabilities and who we truly are, and from what truly makes you, happy or healthy, right? So we need to just turn away from those things. It's I'm aware that these things are going on, but I'm not going to give my attention to it so that I can apply my focus, my attention, that key energy that is such a valuable commodity. What you're focusing on grows in your life. So if you're focused on the things that you have to be grateful for, then the universe is going to be, yay, I'm going to give you more things to be grateful for. Think about if you're giving somebody a gift and they just take it and never say thank you, and they just take what you give and they never appreciate it. How long before you stop giving because it's not being appreciated? And we can sometimes get really lost in, well, I don't feel that I'm receiving what I think that I should be receiving, or I'm not feeling what I wish that I was receiving or I want to be receiving. I'm not sitting in a situation where, there's hundreds of thousands of dollars in my bank account and I can travel wherever I want and life is easy breezy beautiful all the time. So I don't have the things to be grateful for. But when you look at life in the concept of what you have that is essential, which is the thing that you should be the most grateful for, right? We should be the most grateful for the most simplest things in the world, most grateful for our breath, right? We forget about our breath all the time, but it's our breath that starts everything and our breath that helps in so many ways. The breath is a break in your nervous system. The breath is a way to connect you to other people. Breath is life. So being grateful for the breath that you have, because some people don't have the breath. Some people will not have any further breaths. Today will be the last day that they will breathe, and that will signify the letting go of this physical form and moving on. So you can be grateful for that. Think about a person who doesn't have a home, how that would be for you to not have your home. How would you be experiencing life? So in that sense, something as a necessity, like a house, like having a roof over your head, that's something that you should be the most grateful for, because it's a necessity, and the fact that you have that is a beautiful thing when so many don't. The same thing with food. Food is life, right? It's the energy source of life. So again, if you have something that's a necessity of life that other people don't have, those are the things that you should be most grateful for. Sure, you could be grateful because you got another Rolex, or you could be grateful because you've got a beautiful car, or you could be grateful because you've got all these beautiful clothes or beautiful things. You can be grateful for all of that, absolutely. But the things that we should be more inherently grateful for is the things that are actually necessities for us to be living, right? Hi, love. Hello. Hello. So we have to be careful of the stories that we're telling ourselves, right? We have to, because that becomes our reality. And that's how they've kept us trapped, right? We were born into the realm of spells through writing or speaking, and the words that we use really truly matter, right? Like, it's extremely important to be aware of the words or how you're speaking about yourself or your life. What is the focus that you're applying? Ooh, time machine. Time machine. I think that there's a lot of people right now that would absolutely 100% agree that time is moving differently. And this is why time is an illusion, right? Like, the way that I experience a second is going to be entirely different than how you experience a second. The second that I experience when I'm looking towards something versus looking against something, like when I'm dreading something coming, I experience those seconds differently, right? So that's where, you can really wrap your head around that time is an illusion. But we are seeing things moving very quickly. I like to say things are starting to move at the speed of love. As more of us embody our authenticity and more of us transmute our shadow and we raise the vibration of the earth, this, we're moving towards the love frequency more and more and more. This is, so we're starting to see like timeline jumps. And we were talking about this in a very special group that I have, about how we're having these like powerful conversations all the time now, whereas before we would have a conversation once a month that would be just like, I can't believe or once a year or once every, like it would be a time that would go by and you'd be like, oh my God, did I ever have this powerful conversation and this, this creative explosion? And, like it was just amazing. All the inspiring ideas that were coming in, like it was just wow. Or I can't believe the conversation that we had and how activated I was. And I know I was activated, right? We weren't talking like this or seeing synchronicities where it's like everywhere I look, it's numbers, 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 signs, signs, signs. It's just everywhere, right? Then I'm not the only one that's experiencing that. That's the cool part about it. So this time machine card, like what my guides are saying, is this is about how we're starting to see things shift very rapidly. And a lot of us are timeline jumping all the time, right? And it's just like doom, 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 doom. And the more that we keep raising our vibration, the more that other people start to raise their vibration and they keep going. Hello, love. Hello. Aw, wounds to wisdom. Christy, right? Christy, I have to check out your channel as well, love. For sure. For sure. So, is there anything else from the energies that the collective needs to be aware of? Ooh, a merry motive. Again, right? That's that energy, that joy, that love. Your motive for why you're doing things actually matters. What is the intention? What is it behind it, right? We can sometimes think that, oh, I want to be generous, right? But at the end of the day, even though we're being generous, behind the scenes, we're like, when is it my turn? When is somebody going to give to me? Right? And so even in that generosity, we're being a little bit not in the right intention. Hi, Miranda. Hello, love. We're not sitting in the right intention. I've been there. Like I'm living in a 3D world where, if I wasn't living in a 3D world, I would be doing this without a problem for free, and I would just be enjoying myself, because why? I don't like, if money wasn't in the equation. But because we're living in this realm, and and at this point in time we do need to have money for our needs, right? Unless you're in a situation where you are able to live for free, right? You need to, typically we need to pay rent and food and all of these things. So I'd be in there going, I'm generosity of spirit because I just love you guys, and I want, like I want to help. And like I know so many people that are dealing with trauma or mental health issues or health issues at all, that a lot of them are in a position where they're not financially well off to be able to pay $5,000 for a coaching program. So I've been always trying to offer really reasonable services to people to help them move through their trauma and their experiences. But there was still, even though I was being very generous of spirit, there was still that underlying spot that I would have where I would be like, where's the transfer? Where's the transfer of energy? Where am I getting it back again? Where is it when is it coming to me? So it took a little bit of actually sitting with that and going, well, then my intention is not generosity of spirit. Then there's a condition, there's an expectation of this two-way street that's there. So if I'm not actually sitting here in that space of, I don't care if I receive anything, I'm doing this for that purpose, then I'm not being in my intention. I'm not being in that space of, knowing the motive. The motive has to be in that space. So this is that in embodying joy, embodying, and again, like I'm seeing a lot of magic in this card, right? And like it's got the little clothesline with the stars lit up on it. And when you are authentically aligned with who you are and you're doing things from that source of joy, you are so highly magnetic that people are just drawn to you, and you don't need to do anything, right? The transactions happen naturally. And also you have no idea the ways that the universe, God, source of all creation, that source of energy gives you in such incredible ways, right? It can gift you in a way that you never even thought. You were like, but how that happened? And all of a sudden you get some donation in your bank account of $1,000 and you're like, what? and someone's like, you've helped me without me even knowing it. You've been helping me for years. I've been watching you and I've been hanging out with you and I've been, like whatever. And I came into a lottery win and boom, right? Like it could happen that way as well. You have to open your mind to the different ways that things can arrive as well. Like being very open to how, wow, this could come to me in any number of ways. All right, we've got a few more. I wanted to check in on the light, and then we'll go into cards at 11, and we'll have about an hour of cards. Okay. All righty. What are we getting from the Gateway of Light? The Anunnaki Light Codes. Okay. So this is about an energetic shift. This is new information and end of a cycle. And we're seeing that collectively, energetically. It goes back to what I was talking about that shift in energy, about how we're timeline jumping and things are moving at what I like to call the speed of love, which is powerful, powerful. Right? And we're getting new activations, right? We'll be sitting in conversations and you can just feel yourself rising. You can feel the energy changing. You can see your like I've talked about for a while now, I felt like I'm a beacon because I'm literally pulsing with energy. It's just woo, 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 woo. And sometimes it intensifies and you'll be talking to somebody and then lights will be going off or visions will be coming in or you'll be feeling different energy going through your body or you're getting, it's incredible. Big things are coming and we feel it. We feel the shift, right? We feel the shift. I think that, I think the world, there's enough of us awake at this point in time. There's enough of us aware. Let's call it aware. There's enough of us aware of the truth, right? We're transmuting that karma, the chamber of the violet flame. So Saint Germain and the violet flame and transmuting karma. And so many of us are doing this. We are transmuting these energies, these powerful energies. We're moving through them. We're letting go of we're doing the shadow work. We're doing the shadow work. And the shadow that I work on in me helps with the shadows that are within you. And the more that collectively we transmute all of those energies, the more that like we shift the collective, like the whole collective. Hello, Deborah. Nice to see you again. Yeah, I'm on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I reduced it. I used to go on 5 days a week on TikTok, and I mean, I would do it on YouTube as well, but I reduced it down to 2 days, and I spend 5 days a week teaching in the school that I created instead. So giving the energy to a different space. All right. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, there's radical transformations that are coming in. We've also got the ancestor realm coming in. The ancestor realm, again, karmic release. Look at this. Look at this. I don't know if you guys can see the first word of both of those. Okay. Oh, wait. Karmic release is the first word on both or the first two words on both of these cards. So major karmic release. That's like a confirmation of the confirmation, right? We're healing the lineage. We're going through these radical transformations. Like we're transmuting so much energy here. Like I think about the groups that I'm involved in. I think about the people that I connect with, like connecting with people that we're creating massive modalities, connecting with people who are looking at, what is this new earth going to look like, and actually having conversations about how communities should be built and the way that structures should look, hanging out in, like doing education and teaching people about who they truly are, like the light that you are within, and how to transmute those shadows, not just in themselves, but eventually for the collective and for the ancestral trauma, intergenerational, like all of our past life stuff. So there's so much that's going on around us. And I'm thinking these are just the groups that I know about, like the people that I connect with. I can't even imagine when you look at other people out there and the conversations that they're having in the spaces that they're in. Like there's so many revolutionary things that are happening right now. We are going through a radical transformation as a species. The earth herself is going through a radical transformation at this time. Oh, picked up the wrong cards. Hang on, guys. Wrong deck. All right, is there anything else from the light? Toth light codes. Okay, so we've got Toth light codes coming in. And this is about light initiation, the great teacher awakening, and divine magic. And I've talked about this. The more that I believe in magic, and the more that you believe in magic, and then it continues on, we'll see examples of magic. And as we keep adding to it and adding to it and adding to it, we get to the point where magic will be everywhere. The same thing with as we do our light initiation and we keep moving forward and moving forward. We are awakening great teachers, right? I'm one that got awoken, right? I created an entire school, and inside that school, we've got the Guardians of Light, which means that through the process of creating that, we've also created other teachers, right? And it's going to continue. And I'm not the only person talking about creating schools, like schools of mystery and mysticism and esoteric, you know, and learning about energy and teaching you, you know, about things like the actual truth and the actual wisdom that exists, and how, you know, we are unity consciousness. So like all of these things, these new things, like they're coming out into society now, and it's absolutely beautiful. Aw, you have not lost her. She's right there actually. You have not lost her, but I know what you mean, and my heart goes out to you. Gives you a big hug, and then comes back to me. We're gonna keep my heart with me, but I am sending out lots of loving, compassionate energy for you, Deborah. Having that happen can be, you know, difficult within this, right? Where we experience all that grief is all the love that we wish that we could share. So when you're sitting in that space of grief, just know that it is love, right? And that can sometimes be helpful. All right, so we've got a couple more cards, and then we're going to go into the cards for everybody else. We've got the Soul Star activation. How beautiful is that? Merkaba, 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 Merkaba. Aw, thank you. I love you, and right back to you, sweetheart. Very beautiful. Okay, so Merkaba, Soul Star activation. We are fulfilling our soul contracts and remembering who we are. Just as I'm talking about all these schools, these educations, like my school of light, letting you remember who you are, right? Teaching you to remember who you are and what you're capable of. And you know, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. Many of us are trying to remember, and you know, we're trying through the logic, which is not necessarily what we need to do. We just need to sit within ourselves, which is this beautiful card here, the Holy Grail. Okay, and the Holy Grail is about the inner discovery, the finding sacredness, and knowing that you are what you seek. The knowledge is all within you. Everything is within you. People are not going to see a healer so that that healer heals them. They're going to see that healer so that that healer can unlock what they need in order to heal, or giving the information or the education or the knowledge that they need so that they can transmute the pain, or so they can move beyond whatever it is that's keeping them stuck. I'm giving you information that you need to integrate. I don't heal you, you heal yourself. I don't save you, you save yourself. I don't fix you because you were never broken. That's something that I hope that you can really, really firmly know within your being, that you are always whole, you are always perfect, you are always worthy. And you know, for many of us, when we start out on our journey, we don't know that. We think the very opposite of that we've been shown in so many different ways how we are not worthy by the people around us, but that's just their projection of their own worth onto you, and that's what we end up picking up on. Okay, so let's do this. Let's get some cards going. I'm going to have a sip of tea. So I do have some names on the list. If you want to be on the list, there's no problem with that. And it's generosity based. So I always say, if you... What treat? What treat? What do you mean by treat? Rhoda is first. Okay, Rhoda. And I'm just going to let my guides guide me in how many cards that I'm going to pull for people. So we're just going to get the reading that you get. Um, do you know that you can always sign up for a full reading with me for a half an hour or an hour? And I also do human design and gene key. Although if you want the human design or gene key, you have to. Hi, Teresa. If you're interested in something like the gene key readings or the human design readings, I would need date, time, and place of birth for that. I love you. Here, wait, Deborah. Yes, beautiful. Seeing a lot of beautiful yellow energy around you right now, Deborah. Okay, so scan up head. You're welcome. Love you. Is that from? I don't know if she does. Oh, if she needs. Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you. I love to know it just so then I can. It's. I know your last name now. So I know I can make the link. I like that. I can make the link, but you can dowse for your time of birth, or you can you can use divination tools to get your birth time. So there is that opportunity as well. But okay, alrighty. So I'm going to start with Rhoda, and apparently the shaman have a message for Rhoda. Okay, so we've got Crown Games. Crown Games is about the right use of power, and we can use power in a way to have power over somebody, or we can use power to empower people to raise them and lift them to their heights. So we have to know how to use our power wisely, and we have to, sometimes we don't realize, like, there's control is coming up. Control is coming up in the energy. Um, Again, the card of storyteller, and it came out with a big bang and wanted to take out half the deck with it. The storyteller is, again, we have to be looking at what are the stories that we're telling ourselves. So what is the story that you're telling yourself around power? Who has it? Who doesn't? Who's got your power, or where is your power? Is part of the message that I'm getting from that. I was a person long time ago that was in definitely victim mindset and woe is me. Now, anyone that is in victim mindset, you got there because of experiences that made you feel like you were a victim. Like, to be very fair, you got there through those experiences that made you feel as a victim, or that where you were victimized, right? Somebody did something to you that hurt you, and that hurt you in a very vulnerable way. And so therefore, you did feel like a victim. But the problem is we don't move beyond that space and claim our power back. So we stay stuck within that. And the longer that we stay in woe is me energy, the longer that we say, it's happening, all this stuff keeps happening to me instead of for me, right? The experience that makes you feel impatience is an experience that's teaching you patience. If there's an experience that comes in that is challenging, is to help you to grow. Like, the number one thing that I thank the most in my healing journey is the shadow. It is the darkness. If it wasn't for the darkness, the light would have no reason to rise. Okay. Okay. All right. So that's the message that I have for you, Rhoda, is be careful of the messages that you're giving yourself, and make sure that those questions about power, definitely ask yourself those questions about power. Who has your power? 1111, 1111, call it back. We are all one. We 1111. We are all one. 1111, right? Hi, Ashanti. Alrighty, who's next for a card? I think it was Teresa that's next for a card. And again, shaman have something to say today. When we look at the ancestors, or, ooh, that one was very cool. Hoo, hoo, hoo. So I don't know if this has happened already but the ego sublimation, the vanishing card came up, and that death of the ego, so to speak, is what's coming up for Teresa. What do you think for a solution and what to do to relax from the PTSD? In my case, it is the parasympathetic nervous system that couldn't recharge before. I missed you too, Ashanti. So to get into that, Martin, I'd have to. There's a lot that I can do with you for PTSD. Have you looked into anything around polyvagal theory or cold therapy? Those ones are coming up for me as a message for you. Polyvagal and even like yoga, some movement practices like qigong or tai chi or yoga, where it's a mind body spirit combination. Okay, but yeah, if you want, you can set up a call with me, and I can talk to you about what I would do to help you address that. Okay, or what I would maybe even suggest just you looking into. So we've got this ego sublimation. So that's like the dark night of the soul. That's where we start to, let go of that, and you start to. I think there's like a awakening that's happening, or an awareness that's coming about for you. That's really cool. 28 and 58. So for Teresa, for Teresa, right, when we're looking at that ego sublimation and broken open, so something happened, right, and it's what we're looking for. At the end of the day, we've assigned ourselves on this path that we're going along, and I'm going to experience these experiences to mold me in a certain way, or so that I can grow. And some of those things, they break you, right, they break you wide open, and that's when you go within and you seek the light that's within you, and in doing so, that's where we let go of the ego, right, instead of operating within that ego space. I do think that the Ayurvedic system is a good system. um, Absolutely, it can be very powerful, for sure. um, so yeah, that's the message that's coming up, is this, like, this dark night of the soul that maybe you went through, and this broken wide open, but in breaking wide open, you found yourself, and you're now more in alignment with, yeah. I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for you, because that's, oh, look at that. You get that card, because once I look at it, you get it. So the beautiful uncaging, this is what's happening for you today. I'm so glad that you decided to open the door and let everyone see the beauty that's within you. I'm so excited for you, Teresa. So excited for you. What time are you going live? Maybe we can send some people your way to positively support you in this new journey. 4 p.m. Eastern. Perfect. If I'm able to, I'll pop on, and I'll see what I'll come in and support you on your channel. Um, yeah, absolutely. I love your name, from wounds to wisdom. From wounds to wisdom, I think is how it goes. Ashanti is next. Okay. Wounds to wisdom. I love it. I love it. Okay, so Ashanti is next. Let's see what Ashanti's message is. We have class at. Oop. Ashanti's card decided to go way far away. Ooh, Ashanti. So we've got the time machine card. When I see this card, the message that my guides are giving you is really be careful what you're focusing on, what your attention is on, the words that you're saying, the things that you're doing, because you're in a powerful time of manifestation, and you could easily jump onto a higher timeline just as easily as you could hop onto a lower timeline if you're not careful. It's powerful time right now. Yes, look at that. Look at that, Ashanti. Right? Telling you that this card is talking about be careful with what you're doing. It's intentionality, right? Be very intentional in the words that you're speaking, and the actions that you're taking, and the feelings that you're sitting in. Be very intentional with that. Be very intentional. And make sure that you're not make sure that you're honoring your body's cycles, my guys are saying, like in the sense of when your body's asking you to rest, rest. When your body's asking you to play, play. When your body's asking, right? So all of those things, pay attention to what your body's saying to you. Okay. Oh, I had to take my glasses off for a second, guys. My eye is itchy. Mm. Okay. Better. Definitely you can get on this. Okay, so who's next, love? And thank you guys for liking, and hi, Crystal T. You're welcome, Ashanti. Okay. Doris? Okay, Doris. What does Doris need to hear today, Spirit? Can I get a good message for Doris? Whoa, Doris. What did the shaman have for a message for Doris? Okay, nope. There's another message for Doris. Oh, I love it. I love it. Definitely. Okay, what does Doris need to hear today, Spirit? Okay, again, this is about the higher power. The higher power card is be careful what you put your focus on, because what you give your like you know, like sometimes we idolize certain stars, or we put our focus on money so much so that that becomes our higher power, right? So be careful what you're giving your energy to as your higher power. Hello, heart. What's your name? I have to ask for names when it's just a heart. Okay. So we've got this, you know, this connecting to your higher power. I think that, you know, like your third eye, like you can see without your eyes is the kind of the message there, right? You have to, and look at that, right at that point, the burst of magic. I just love this card, right? We rise out of the muck. Like when I was talking earlier and saying, I thank the shadow, right? I thank the shadow more than anything, because without the shadow, I wouldn't have moved. I wouldn't have changed. I wouldn't have worked to change my life, right? It's the pain. It's getting fed up. Sometimes it's outright rage that makes us get up and move and get off the couch or do something, right? Like we literally have to have something invoke that change in us, otherwise we just stay, right? For many of us, it's hitting rock bottom and being broken wide open, right? It's sometimes, you know, like that big grief that happens at the end of, say, a relationship, or the death of someone important and close to you, that makes you realize that everything that you seek is within you, and it's not going to be found out in other people or in other places. And it's through, you know, that intense amount of pain or suffering that you've experienced that breaks you down to that spot where you become birthed. So it's going through the muck that this flower, like this, the lotus flower is that beautiful example of this, you know, this incredible thing that can be birthed out of the muck, right? So it's about remembering that. So I feel like there's this real, you know, like this kind of awakening that's happening for you, Doris, where you're connecting more into yourself, and there's this magic that's starting to come around you. And you know what, when we sink in with our higher self, with our higher power, right, when we're connecting more to God, and we're reaffirming that connection to our inner self, that does bring a lot of magic into your life. The more in alignment that you are, the more magical you become, the more magical your life becomes. Maggie, what does Maggie need to hear today, Spirit? Can I get a good message from Maggie? Maggie, what does Maggie need to hear today, Spirit? I was literally, when I turned my head, the way that the thing caught on my glasses, it was like sparkles. And this was the card that I was picking up when the sparkles were shining. Roots of abundance coming out from Maggie. And I think that, this change that you're making, and we've also got the ears wide open. Okay, so the ears wide open card is just about like being, I feel like you're going to be getting messages auditorily, like that your gift of clairaudience is going to be heightening at this time, right? Like with the fox having these like giant ears on this one, they're even bigger than a normal fox, right? They're very big ears. So I feel like that, but it's also about discernment as well, right? Just being really aware of what's going on around you and allowing yourself to just discern what is the right moves forward. But this change that you've done with your name and when all of that, that is like you becoming more in alignment with you, and absolutely within that alignment tapping into those roots of abundance, right? And then finally the sacred inner space, and look at, we've got the lotus in the center of that again. Okay, so the sacred inner space, this is your sacral chakra, this is tenderness and sensuality. And when this is desire. So it's like you've tapped in and you're in alignment with, what really excites you or what really makes you happy, what really connects you in that loving way, and about being really tender with yourself, and stepping, I feel like the divine feminine energy is awakening even more within you, and it's just beautiful. um so after Maggie, Debbie. All right, Spirit, can I get a good message for Debbie? You get a good message in her highest good. Best message she needs to hear right now. I feel like for you, Debbie, right now, like all I'm getting is like my crown chakra, really a lot of energy around my crown chakra, which to me is significant in the fact that I feel like you are having, the awakening of your crown chakra is opening, is what I'm getting from that. Opening to discovery. We don't make this up, right? Opening to discovery. No, I don't. Martin, I'm doing cards today, and on Thursdays I do a bit more of transformation stuff. But I don't. I usually just, I'll enter into some conversation with people for a little bit. But if you're hitting a lot of comments on while I'm doing this, it makes it a little bit um, distracting. It's distracting, especially because you're all caps. That you put the comments in is it's very attention grabbing. So it's just, if I'm focused on you, or like you want cards or something like that, I'll more than certainly do that. If you want to make a phone call or you want to send me a message or something, then we can talk about it there. I'm not putting you off entirely, but it's just today's not the focus of this, right? Today the focus is the messages that I'm trying to give everybody. And again, cold water therapy and polyvagal theory, you can look them up on Google or on other stuff. um, okay, so opening to discovery is the card that came out for you. Look at this, Debbie. Not even, do you see it? 34 and then 3 4, so 34 34. And I was just talking about your crown chakra opening. Get the opening to discovery card with the time machine. So there's like definitely timeline jumping and great and full. And I think that that's the biggest shift, that you started to just really appreciate everything. You started to look at the shadow and go, thank you. Thank you, shadow, for all the experiences. Thank you to my life, for the ups and the downs, for the good, for the bad, for the ugly, for the beautiful, for the amazing, for the magical, for the, for all of it. Just thank you for all of it. And you stepped into that grateful space. And because of that, you're now going on your highest timeline, and you are activating and opening up to so much more that's possible for you. Like, I feel really beautiful energy for you, Debbie. Alrighty, who's next? I'm gonna drink tea while Crystal. All right, metal check. Crystal, what does Crystal need to hear today? Can I get a good message, Spirit? Oh, my ears. I might even read you that card. Okay, I'm going to ask this specifically. Can we get a good message for Crystal about her upcoming trip? Alrighty. So, although these cards don't have shadow messages, right? Not in that sense. Like the author didn't put them in there. But when I look at these cards, I still want to kind of, in my intuition or my guides are telling me to make sure that that's a message that you're being given, is that these both showed up in the inverted, along with new life being in the shadow position. So the cards, though, that I will give you, the one from the from the shaman is Watchers, right? And what I'm getting is like your guides are watching. Like you're not alone. Even your mom is watching, right? There's that watching energy that's around you. The Watchers is also, when we're looking at number 60, it's about being the observer, right? And oftentimes we get very absorbed into it, and we start to really focus on like our attention's like really narrowed and put on that, when we're meant to just observe it, and observe it from that objective space. Like, I'm just seeing this, it's just, as opposed to taking it in or allowing yourself like to experience the emotions from whatever it is, right? We're just meant to observe that. So when Watchers appear, it is an invitation to stop doing, pause, get off the treadmill, and take a deep breath. Find the witness within, the one who can observe the fire and fury happening around you, but is not caught in any of the drama. The time is right to step back. If you have a thought or opinion, keep it to yourself. If you have a feeling that needs to be expressed, do it in the shower. Do not engage with the action happening around you. Simply observe. Watchers show up to direct your attention to the horizon and away from the anthill in front of you. Others might think you are simply doing nothing, but let them know that you are helping the sun to set in the evening sky. There are bigger things to attend to. You have spent such a long time trying to correct the course of events and the actions of others. Let it be for a short while as you become the observer rather than the doer. The Watchers invite you to break free from the linear causal pace of the petty day to day. Sorry to do my puzzle. Hang on. Rise to divine coincidence, to serendipity, and notice how the act of seeing the heart of the matter produces results. Things happen without you doing anything. Creation unfolds in its own mysterious way, requiring only a sacred witness. And I think that's beautiful. There's mending that needs to happen here as well. And the great big love, like the great big love, the energy that, and it's actually more your mom's, like remind her that it's in her. The great big love is her. She's the love. She's the big love. It's her. That's the big love. She doesn't need any love outside of her. The love is all found within her. She's the biggest love of her life. She's the biggest love. Um, and so there's mending that needs to happen there, and that mending could be within some of these relationship spaces. And happy sunrise, happy sunrise. I love you. Mwah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sweetie. So the other thing that I wanted to give you was the shadow message of the new life card, because it may have some. So you must acknowledge your inexperience and gently allow yourself to be like the delicate new bud opening. It's okay to admit you may not know something. You are at the beginning of things and haven't yet hit your stride. Be immersed in the newness of it all and don't try to rush the learning process. New life has its own timetable for maturity. Be here now. Life loves you. So very powerful. Very powerful. Love you, metal chick. Yeah, you're the greatest love of your life, but we go around searching outside of us thinking that we're looking for that person to complete us. But when you find that the person that you're looking for all along is actually within you, and you fall in love with yourself, then from that space of wholeness, then you connect with somebody else in their space of wholeness, and it becomes a very beautiful, healthy space to create a relationship from, as opposed to from the I'm seeking within you what I lack within me, or what I perceive that I lack within me, because you're not lacking anything. Not lacking anything. Alrighty. After Metal Chick, Edie. Edie. What does Edie need to hear, Spirit? Can I get a good message for Edie? My love. Today is grade 1, remember? So grade 1, I'll be, anyone that's in the grade 1 chat, it is there. So the Garden of Venus. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just take it slow. Your mom's take it slow. Take it slow. There's no rush. There's no rush. Take it slow. Let it unfold. Let yourself really see the truth for what it is. Like really observe things, and yeah, 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 absolutely. All right, Edie. So we've got this beautiful Garden of Venus. This is about um, rest and renewal, but rest and renewal through the really soft, beautiful space of the feminine energy, right? The really feminine energy of renewal. And this is like the message they're giving me is like tending to your own garden, tending to your own garden, and let's see what's coming up with this energy here. Right, a lot of times like we get into that like go 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 do, and even like this time of year is not the time of year that we're supposed to be being oh, that's really interesting. Love you, love you. I will. It's in the main chat of the School of Light. The link to join is in the main chat for the School of Light, and it's also in the group that everybody should be in the grade 1 group. But yeah, I'll reshare the post in the chat of the sign in information for grade 1, just to make sure that everybody's aware of it. Okay, so we've got the wailing tree. The wailing tree is about reconciliations. So reconciliations don't necessarily mean that I feel like there's a relationship change. Like there's dynamics of a relationship that will change. Like you're in this rest and renewal spot, and then as you come back out into interacting with people, there's going to be this reconciliation that's happening, but you need to be keeping your eyes like your third eye. You need to be keeping your eye open to everything. Because just because there's a reconciliation doesn't mean they get to be in the same position that they were in before the stuff happened. That's the energy, right? It doesn't, like if they were like your bestie boo and you just love them so much and they were so close to you, you can reconcile, but maybe they're just a friend. Maybe if it's somebody that you were in a relationship with that was very loving, and they went into this tragic space, and bad things happened and they went and repaired, that doesn't mean that they get to be your partner again, right? So, and I see your third eye, like your third eye activating and opening up here as well. So yeah, love you, sweetie. Alrighty, who's after Edie? We've got about 25 minutes, 20 minutes. Anitha. Anitha. Ooh, Anitha, the Oracle's gift. So the Oracle's gift, I'm going to get another card here as well. Can I get another message for Anitha? Actually, the cards that I need is these ones. Anitha. All right, so I feel like you think that time's running out, or you feel like time's an issue for you right now. Yeah, I think like you're like it's almost like you're so it's almost the energy of can't see the forest for the trees. Like you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. Um, Things should have already happened. It should have already been here, or things should have changed already. And um, again, there's that like stepping back and being in that. Yeah. So why in the shadow? I'm going to read you the protection message for that, because uh, there's something within that message that is important for you to hear. So sometimes subconsciously denying the truth may drive you toward a specific outcome that actually aligns with an intention hidden from your awareness. For example, you may want to be prominent in your profession, but your desire is not really about sharing your talents, but about making yourself feel better, because fame would cause people to admire and approve of you. Or you may want to reunite with the partner who rejected you because you believe that your love continues to be strong, but deep down, what you really desire is to have the last word with that person. Now is the time for a deep soul searching of the why that drives your choices. What you discover will set you free and bring you ever closer to the happiness you seek. So it's really that message with these cards is about sitting and observing the why that you're doing all of these things, and remove the pressure of time. It's always in divine timing, and the time is always now. To help you with that, 333333333333333. Alrighty, Dark Till Dawn. What does Dark Till Dawn need to hear today, Spirit? Can I get a good message for Dark Till Dawn? They were like, not with that deck. They need the other deck. Yeah, there's more than enough time. There's more than enough time. And you can also look at what are you spending your time on now, and how can you spend your time on other things. Like if like I look at when I was studying, right? I could, and the before our nursing exams. Now our nursing exams to write like our state or our board exams, they're a full 8-hour day of writing exams. Like you get a lunch break in between, but they're basically 2 4-hour chunks, and you're sitting in an auditorium, like you're actually sitting in a huge center, and there's like hundreds of students, and like you're all in this big space writing your exam, and you have 4 hours to write it. Well, there's a lot of pressure in that exam, because it costs money. You have to pay a certain fee to be able to write the exam. You do get an opportunity if you fail to rewrite, but nobody wants to fail. Nobody wants to have to do a rewrite. It's very stressful. When we went up as nursing students, we went up together in a group of 4. 3 of us had fun, and 1 of us studied the entire time. 3 of us passed, and 1 did not. And it was the person that didn't have fun. It was the person that put their eye on just focusing on that exam and was stressing about it. Right? So sometimes, like when we're applying our attention to where is it, 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 we're sitting in that space of I'm just continuously looking for it. I can't see it. I can't find it. It's not here. And by allowing time to fall away and not look at that and just observe and enjoy the spaces that you're in, you're going to allow yourself to move through time in a much better way, and things will show up for you. Um, but definitely get clear with the why behind the things that you want. Okay. All right. Dusk till dawn. What? Okay, if you were looking for an answer to something, if you had a question and you wanted an answer to that question, get that question in your head for a minute there, dark till dawn. What is the question that you wish to ask? And the reason why I said that is because the answer is yes. The answer is yes. The Sirius star blessing is asking you to proceed. It wants you to be seen. It wants you to show your light. It's asking you to push through whatever, you know, difficulties. I don't know if I really want to even call them difficulties, but whatever hurdles that you feel that are in front of you, or whatever challenges that you feel are there. Or if it's not feeling that it's coming fast enough, or it's not here yet, or any of that energy, because that could play into here as well. Keep pushing through. This is something that you're meant to bring across the finish line. We also have Archangel Michael's sword of light, which is about divine protection, about cutting cords, and then having breakthrough energy. So it's really important for us to cut those cords, to allow ourselves to let go, because we're seeping a lot of energy into the past when we stay connected, and our energy stays connected to all the things that we interact with. So pulling your energy back is a really beautiful practice. And then we've got the Arcturian light codes. So I'm going to show you this. The Arcturian light codes are about evolutionary downloads, recalling your power, and future thinking. So there's information that's coming in for you right now, like you're being activated and upgraded, and you're going to be getting downloads, and these downloads you need to be pursuing. Definitely use your discernment in the pursuing of these, but it's definitely, you need to put yourself out there. The time is now. The time is now. It keeps coming up. The time is now. Okay, that's your energy. Love you. Love you. All right, Mira is next. What does Mira need to hear, Spirit? Can I get a good message from Miranda? That's beautiful. Okay. Just listening to which cards. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. One of these days I'll catch you live. All right, Spirit, can I get a good message, please? Can I get a good card for... Not all the cards, but there's a reason when we look at that, right? So the card that came out for you, Miranda, is the Emerald Tablet activation. So this beautiful Emerald Tablet activation, no, you just go live when you feel that you should be going live. Just listen to the gentle nudges and the directions that your body is pushing you. And, sometimes if you're like waffling, then give yourself that gentle nudge. That's all. So the Emerald Tablet activation, this is about cosmic ordering. This is divine alchemy. So divine alchemy is when we are transmuting the energies within us. So these could be energies of like the past. This could be energies of loss. This could be energies of abandonment, energies of not feeling enough, all of the sadness of those times when we didn't actually express our emotions. So the divine alchemy is that transmutation of that. And we're all alchemists. We're all transmuting pain all the time, and we're transmuting all of these different things all the time. And we can transmute them by love, we can transmute them by laughter, with joy, and you could consider that to be like literally love and light transmutes the pain and the darkness, right? So the big thing about this is conscious manifesting. So everything that we're doing, we are manifesting. We are manifesting through our thoughts, our words, our actions, our emotions. All of that is what creates the vibrational frequency that we sit in. And I always talk about it like you're sitting in water, right? And as you're sitting there, whatever you're doing within your mind and your body and your spirit, that's sending out these ripples across the water. And so if you're sitting in negativity and fear and lack, those are the ripples that are going out, and they're going to bring you back negativity, fear, and lack in different ways, because the wave goes out and it comes back differently. And if we're sitting here in positivity and love and joy, then those ripples go out and it comes back. Most of us don't sit 100% in either or space. We go between. It's just a matter of trying to sit within the space that you want to create as your reality the more frequently. There's in the cards that came out, there was the concept of overwhelm and plenty. And when we're looking at overflow, overwhelm and plenty, is that, to me, this card is just saying, like, you get to determine when you're feeling the emotion which stream it's in, right? We can look at nervousness and excitement, they feel very similar. And so if you determine that you're feeling excitement versus nervousness, then it shifts the way that you experience that emotion. And I think that, you're going to be coming into a time of plenty where there's going to be a lot, but you may be feeling a bit overwhelmed currently with the situations that you're experiencing. The Lost in Space card came out as well, just talking about needing directions, right? Just really needing directions. The other stuff that, with all of the other cards, it's about moving. Like, we literally, I'm going to do this for you, Miranda. Miranda's one of my students in the School of Light, but this is just rapid reading, right? It helps. So we've got clarity and organization. We've got moving out of stagnation, resourcefulness. Sorry, guys, on this side. Rising above the fray. The courage to step into life. Luck and right timing. So there was like this story that all of these cards, like I wasn't going to give you them, but the story of all of these cards, like, you're needing direction, and here's the direction for you. Clarity and organization is coming in. You're going to be moving out of that stagnation. You need to remember how resourceful you are, and that, what are those things that have helped you navigate through, because those things are what other people are looking for. Rising above the fray, it's about that observer thing again, right? Like, what are we investing our energy in? What are we allowing to capture us or capture our attention? So it's not my circus, not my monkeys. The perfect storm, like, this is angel number 44, right? The perfect storm coming in here, the courage to step into life, right? And in stepping into life, then you get that beautiful luck and right timing, fortune's wheel. So everything is going to change and everything is coming for you. Okay, that's the direction that you're headed in. It sounds pretty beautiful. Alrighty, healing wave. What does healing wave need to hear today, Spirit? Can I get a good message for healing wave? Alrighty, you get another one on this. That's beautiful. I feel like I want a third card though. Not these ones? Okay. These ones. Sorry, hang on. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. I hope to see you in class in 10 minutes. Less than 10 minutes. All right, healing wave. Can I get a good message, Spirit, from this deck for healing wave? So we've got healing the heart came out first. That's the energy that we're in right now. So the healing and heart, or healing the heart, sorry, healing the heart is the energy that's coming out for you, healing wave. And, I feel like the situations that you've experienced recently, you have experienced a lot of pain, like a breakup kind of energy for some reason is, in my mind, or some grief of some sort. And you're healing through this. Now, the Dragon's Hoard card came out from the Shaman's Oracle cards. And I decided to pull the third card for you. And it came out with Fork in the Road in the Shadow Seer position. So, and it landed on top of the Dragon's Hoard, which is about protecting the future, right? the shadow of the fork in the road. It's like, or the protection message, sorry, the protection message. So it's about like being that, nope, this is for healing wave. So this is that indecision, right? Like, and not making, and the longer that we sit in that indecision, the longer that we prevent ourselves from moving into where we need to move to. Right, we stay in that energy. It's like making stew. You're just stewing in that space as opposed to just making a decision. And it's that concern or that fear of making the wrong decision, right? Which is, there's no wrong decisions. We're always going to be headed in the right direction. Even if you think that you've made the wrong decision, initially maybe things don't turn out exactly like you want them to, but if you give it time, you're going to see the design unfold in this miraculous way. So I'm going to read the Dragon's Hoard for you, because my guides are saying that there's a message within what the author wrote that is important for you. So in the Dragon's Hoard, jewels and precious objects scatter the ground, while ancient scrolls inscribed with the wisdom teachings lie within reach. This is a rich opportunity, and you can fill your satchel with the treasures you like best. Take the gifts offered you and dedicate them to the well-being of all, beginning with your own. But beware, all that glitters is not gold. Select the precious treasures that will further your spiritual growth, and avoid the shiny objects that are empty of real value. Know that the hoard does not belong to you, it belongs to our grandchildren. What is the inheritance that you wish to leave for tomorrow? What seeds are you planting that you will harvest in your old age when you are weary? What seeds will bear fruit after you are no longer here? The dragon guards the legacy of the future. All who come empty handed, or to fill only their own pockets with gold, lie in a dusty heap of bones. You have been allowed entrance by virtue of your kindness, or your spiritual practice, or sheer luck. Consider as well that your present, this moment, is the future to the dragon. You may be the one we have all been waiting for, so do not hesitate to take what bequest has been reserved for you since the beginning of time. This is the time to be bold. Do not delay or overthink. Remember to bring an offering for the dragon, lest it believes you are its lunch. A simple prayer will do. And that's a beautiful message for you, right? You need to be heading in the direction of the mission that is within you. There's a purpose. There's a big mission, and not to be distracted by the shiny objects, because not everything that's shiny, right? Not all things that glitter are gold. That's the energy with that. Okay, SK. Let's go with this deck here. All right. Can I get a good message for SK, please? Hi, Sarah. I get a good message for SK. We'll see if I have time. I have to be off at noon because I'm teaching in school, but I am back on Thursday. You're welcome. You're welcome, Healing May. All right, SK. There's 4 cards. No. Be more precise, please. Okay, perfect. All right. So we've got Sacred Reverence, and it came out with Perfect Harmony. Sorry, with Perfect Harmony. So we've got 47 and 11, so technically 11. So definitely this is a really beautiful message for you, SK. So sacred reverence is not just holding ourselves in sacred reverence, but holding the earth and all. I had an experience actually with Spiritual Warrior, who is on both Spiritual Warrior Intuitive Wellness Coach. But I had an experience, I lost my train of thought because of saying the whole name. This beautiful allowing yourself to hold yourself in that sacred reverence, but also holding it. And there we go. So Spirit Warrior, when they were doing their last their last retreat that they did, I was asked, I had an opportunity to speak. And when I had that opportunity to speak, and set my intention. My intention was that I see the divine in me and that I see the divine in you, right? And if we can all do that, where we see the divine within ourselves and we see the divine within other beings of all, like the dog, the plants, all of it, when we see that divine within everything, that's just going to shift things. And when you love yourself and you hold yourself as sacredness, then we end up getting to that space where two, right? We get to that space where we are in perfect harmony. We are singing our own song in whatever way that we sing it. You know, we're being in our complete and authentic selves. And when we're singing, that frequency that we're in, our normal frequency that resonates out there, and it calls to us, our soul tribe, it calls to us the people that are resonating on that same frequency. So this is what you're doing as you learn to treat yourself with more sacred reverence and see the sacred reverence for all beings. Then you are in this space of perfect harmony, and that means that life will be perfectly harmonious for you. That's the message that's coming out for you. And that, unfortunately, will be the last card for today, or the last set of cards for today. If you did not get a card, though, do not despair, because I am back on Tuesday. So you can get a card, or whatever ends up happening. Thursday is more transformation Thursday, so we tend to do something energetic on Thursday, but sometimes we play with cards anyway, because you know it can be fun, and we can do a lot of energy shifts with some of the cards that we have, because many of them are powerful in that they have activations, or you know, they have light codes that are written in them, so some of them can be very, very powerful. So yeah, if you didn't get your card, you can come back then. Otherwise, go check out the website, which is linked on my profile, www.mindbodyspirithealthyself.com. See what I have to offer, and if you have any questions, you can always sign up for a free clarity call. And if you're looking to, you know, transcend from shadow to light, or you're looking to, you know, find out the truth, lift the veil, find out who you are, find your purpose, learn to work with energy and do spiritual practices, then the School of Light could be the very perfect place for you. But definitely check things out, or set up a call with me and we can discuss. I love you guys. Have a beautiful day. Mwah, and I'll see you back here on Thursday. Love you. Bye, guys.